the Gangster Goodies kitchen, except today we're not going to cook, we're going to drink. You're right. I'm going to show you how to make one of our favorite cocktails here in the Gangster Goodies kitchen. You know, we're going to have to, this topic today is all about dating over 50, okay? I can tell you, I would have never in my wildest dreams believed that at this age, I would be single. But you know what? I am, and I'm enjoying the journey of singleness, okay? So, anywho, we're going to show you how to make this cocktail, and then we're going to sit down and we're going to chat about it, okay? You and me, we're going to chat about it. So, the cocktail that I'm going to show you today is a lemon drop martini infused with fresh basil and lemon, okay? And I made my own simple syrup that has also been infused with a little bit of lemon and a little bit of basil. So the first thing we're going to do is I have a shaker right here. And so I'm going to muddle the lemon and the basil in here together, okay? So I'm going to take some of the basil leaves, and you, depending on how much basil you like, that's how much basil you'll use. I love a cocktail with fresh herbs, so I'm probably going to use maybe a little more than most. So I'm going to use, there's 1, 2, 3. I got 3. And these little ones, I'm going to go ahead and throw those in there. Basil leaves, okay? Then I'm going to take a couple of lemon wedges. So there's 1 lemon wedge, 2 lemon wedge. And then I have this little handy thing. It's called a muddler, okay, or a smasher. I think that's the correct word. I think a muddler is the correct word. So I am going to take and I'm going to muddle those two things together, okay? So, and all you do is you kind of twist and turn. You press, twist, and turn. Press, twist, and turn. Press, twist, and turn. Y'all kind of got what that's like? Press, twist, and turn. Press, twist, and turn, okay? So, now that we've got that basil and the juices of that lemon in there, now we're going to start adding our liquid, okay? So, I'm going to do equal parts vodka and lemonade, okay? So, I typically do not show the brand of product that I'm using, but today I got such a good deal on this vodka, I thought, you know what? I'm going to show everybody. So if you're in Kansas City, go buy your CVS. Svedka vodka is on sale for like $7.57, okay? That's like half price. I think this is normally like $13.99, $14.99 or something like that. So, and when you go, be sure to tell them Gangster Goodies told you to come, y'all. Okay, so here we go. And I like a citron vodka. Normally I use Kettle One citron, but today we're using Svedka citron. Okay, so we're going to do 2 because I'm just making 1 cocktail for myself. So there's 1 ounce. There is 2 ounces, okay? And now we're going to use my favorite lemonade. Whether it's lemonade, limeade, blueberry lemonade, simply is my favorite, y'all, okay? So we're going to use 2 ounces of that. So there's 1, 2. Okay, 1 ounce of the simple syrup that I made. And the simple syrup, again, has a little bit of lemon and basil infused in it as well. Okay, so you're going to put a little bit of that. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to just add some ice. And we're going to shake that up. Okay. So once we shake that up, but before we shake that up, I am going to get the glass ready. So I'm going to set that over here. I'm going to get the glass ready. And by that, I mean, I am going to rim the glass with a little bit of sugar, okay? So we're going to wet the rim first with a lemon wedge, okay? And then I have just a little bit of sugar here. I tried to get a bowl that would fit this perfectly. And look, there we have it. Okay. Tap off the excess. Okay. Voila. So when we get all done, we're going to put that in there. And let me go ahead and cut a little bit of lemon zest. So we'll have that to garnish our glass with. Okay. So that will be our garnish, y'all. Okay. So, oops. Okay. So now that we've had everything in the cocktail, all the ingredients, we're going to shake it up, y'all. And remember, I've taught y'all that before. You shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. You shake it until you can almost hear the ice melting, okay? Because this is what's going to cool the cocktail. You're not going to put any extra ice in a martini, okay? So I think from the sounds of it, we are there. Okay. I'm going to open this up and pour. Look at there, y'all. Don't want to get any of that ice in there. Oh, shoot. I got a little bit of ice, but that's okay. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to rim it with a wedge of lemon. So here is our basil infused lemon drop martini, y'all. Cheers. And when we come back, we're just going to sit down and we're going to have a conversation about dating over 50, okay? Because your girl want to know what is really going on. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear the tips because your girl needs some tips, okay? So stay tuned, y'all. Hey, happy people. What's going on? So I'm in the middle of taping an episode, and I'm actually taping by myself. So I'm learning how to, do this relatively efficient all by myself. So trying a little different format. Hey, Wilson Curtis, what's going on? So this live interaction is going to be a part of Monday's episode. So I hope you guys don't mind. Hey, Paula, what's going on, sweetie? Hey, Freddie. So we're talking about dating over 50. So first, let me take a sip of the cocktail that you'll learn how to make in this Monday's episode. It is a basil infused lemon drop martini, y'all. So I'm gonna sip my cocktail because we're gonna start spilling the tea, right? Yummy, yummy, yummy. So anyway, this is a hot topic. Now let me just first start off by saying I would have never in a million years imagined that at 50 I would be single, but here I am. And let me tell you, after I got my mind wrapped around that, I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the process, so it's a part of my story. And so we might as well enjoy it, right? So I've been chatting with a couple of people, asking them, what are tips that you would give someone who is 50 and older and is single and dating, because let me tell you, and those of you who are in the same boat as I am, it ain't like it used to be, right? So, ask a couple of, actually guys and girls, their opinions and their thoughts and tips about dating. The first thing they said, hey, Andrea, hey, cousin, hey, James, Sebastian, hey, Kathy, what's going on? So the first thing I'm going to do is define what dating means to me, okay? Now, it is a word that is relative, I guess, to each and every individual. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I don't want to be squinting so I can see. That's something that happens, as we mature in age. But you know what? I own it, I love it, and it is what it is. So for me, this is what dating means. So dating is where two people who are attracted to each other, they spend time together. It's just that simple. When a man and a woman go out with another individual or many different people to configure compatibility, okay? So what I mean by that is that if you're dating, I can date several guys. I don't have to just date one guy, right? Or fellas, you can date more than one woman, right? But here's the thing. You have to be upfront and honest about that. You cannot allow that person to believe that there's some exclusivity going on when in fact it's not, okay? That's when it becomes, come on now, people, especially at this age, why we got to play them kind of games? It's not even necessary. So be clear that dating, not having any clear commitment is dating. It may be as short as a week, or it may be for many years. but it is not a committed, exclusive relationship. Okay? Unless you guys have had that conversation and that's kind of what, you think about it. So, you guys have agreed about it. So, why don't y'all tell me? I want to hear what some of y'all have to say. So, what does dating mean to you? And especially at this age, at this cycle in our lives. I'll be celebrating my 52nd birthday this year, and guess what? Although I'm going to live to be one of them 90-year-old spunky women, I've lived half of my life. So what do I have to look forward to as I continue to age gracefully in dating? So what's going on, Pooch? What, ain't heard from you in a while. Hope all is well in your world. Hey, Michael. Hey, Lucas. So Denise, what's going on, girl? So y'all tell me, give me some tips on dating 50 and older. Okay, so who wants to start? Well, let's see, there are a couple of comments here. And let's see, where are my comments? Okay, so, people are saying good evening. Hey, Soldier Boy, what's going on? So, Jay Donato, why don't you tell us what does dating mean to you? Or can you share a dating tip? Because you're a little older than me, so I know you're over 50. So give me something. Tell me something. So while you're thinking about what you're going to say, I'm going to share with you, again, these are a collection of responses and tips that people have shared with me, their thoughts. And so shout out to those women and men who shared their thoughts. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for helping me to pull this whole episode together. So one sister friend said to me, she said, although I ain't 50 yet, Sheila, she ain't that far behind me though, but she said, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Date as many as you want until the conversation and decision has been made about exclusivity. What y'all think about that? Huh? I know, you know what? She's right on point, and so again, define between the two of you, what does dating mean? What is it going to look like? And I've already defined what it means to me. Now, some people may mean dating it's a relationship. We're committed to this. We're getting ready to start planning our futures together. And so a lot of times when we're not communicating effectively, then we get on different pages, and then it becomes an issue, okay? So come on, y'all, talk to me. I know y'all got some thoughts and some ideas about this, and I'm trying to navigate this. I've never done live from my computer, so this is really different for me. Let's go back. Let's see. Okay, Paula says, most of my friends that are single get comfortable being single, but at the same time want a special person in their life. I notice that my single friends don't even notice if a man is checking them out. If a guy speaks, they just speak short as they pass by. They say, oh, he was cute. I think men want women to acknowledge them also. Hey, Nikki, how are you? You know what, Paula? I'm guilty of that. You are absolutely right. I can't tell you how many times I've been out, and after we've gotten in the car, me and a sister friend, and she's like, girl, he was checking you out. And I'm like, really? I didn't even notice. And so there is a certain level of comfort that we settle into being single, okay? And so thank you for that tip, Paula, because that means if I want to date, I need to be more aware, right? And so, yes, men are human too, and they want to be acknowledged just like I know I do. And so that is an awesome tip, Paula. Thank you so much. Who else got something? So let me share something else with you that someone said is, another same sister friend, the first comment I made, she said, keep initial dates short and simple. Meet at a coffee shop, a bookstore, an art gallery, etc. So there's you're in a public environment, and so there's no pressure. There's no expectation that this is anything more than what it is. It's simply a date. We're going to explore. We're going to change a little bit of conversation. I'm going to go home. You're going to go home. Great date. Voila. And even if it wasn't that great, guess what? We're not stuck in no 2-hour dinner conversation going, oh my God, oh my God. So I'm going to tell you about a date I had, and this was years ago, okay? And so actually one of my cousins kind of set me up kind of like a blind date, okay? So a guy that she worked with saw a picture of me. She was showing pictures of our family activities that weekend. And so anyway, we ended up going out on a date. I got to the restaurant before him. Okay, and I see Denise done chimed in. I'm going to tell you all what Denise is saying too. So I got there before he did, okay? So I'm sitting at the bar. I've got the little thingy because there was a little bit of a wait. So he recognizes me. Now, mind you, I ain't never seen him before in my life, so I had no idea what he looked like. So he comes over, introduces himself. Okay, seems like a cool guy. And so then the buzzer goes off. So our table is ready. So you know what this Negro did? He left me sitting. He grabs the buzzer, leaves me sitting at the bar, and he goes to the table without me. Now, y'all, okay, y'all know that was the last date, right? So first of all, the buzzer goes off, and maybe someone, I don't know, that to me was not, especially not to go be out on a date with me. Maybe for someone else, that was okay, that's acceptable. But he just totally disregarded that I was sitting there. And literally, by the time I paid for my cocktail and got to the table, the server had already made her initial introduction. And I'm still left back at the bar. So I'm like, yeah, not so much. And then at the end of the day, and I saw what he was going to tip, I'm like, you know what, partner, how about this? How about I take care of the whole bill? Because what you're not going to do is belittle the industry, okay? This woman has served us spectacularly, okay? And you want to leave her a $10 tip on a bill that was $120? Yeah, not so much, partner. Okay, so let me put my glasses on and see what Denise is saying. So Denise says, be looking for someone to like. Relationships are based on more than just love. They are. How about people take the time to just get to know each other, just to like each other? What's wrong with that? It seems like we're in such a hurry to get there, wherever there is. Okay, now I'm going to take a sip on that. So, okay. This drink is so good, y'all. I got a whole shaker full in case this conversation gets really heated. Yummy, yummy. Okay, so Jay Donato, Soldier Boy, and I'm just going to tell y'all, since we're talking about dating, Jay Donato was my very first boyfriend, y'all. I know, right? So we've known each other for a long time. My mother loved him dearly, okay? And so when you can maintain those friendships over time, that says a lot about the person. So dating to me is overrated. Okay, all right, Soldier Boy. Once you reach a certain age at this point and looking for complete honesty with each other, making that person feel secure. Basically, keep it real with each other and don't be afraid to open up. Okay, all right. I like that. Okay, Jay Donato, Soldier Boy, because one of the things I say is leave your baggage at home. And so that means by this age, we've all had some experiences and all of them ain't been that great, okay? And so our experiences, they do shape us into who we are. But we have to be able to separate. And again, leave that baggage at home. Just because the last guy you dated wasn't respectful, or the last guy you dated wasn't this or wasn't that, does not mean that every guy is like that, right? So we have to leave that at home. So Jay, thank you for that. Paula, I see Paula said something else. Hold on. Okay, Paula. At 50, we were taught to allow a man to pursue us as a woman. So they find it hard to initiate the first hello. Oh, Paula, girl, you must know me, okay? That is so me. So I have a couple of friends. We were out and there was a guy, handsome guy. And, there was that little exchange. And one of my friends says, go say hello to him. I'm like, what? No, I'm not doing that. First of all, my mama said I'm a lady and I'm the prize. And so with that comes tradition, okay? And this is what I say to them, and this is what I firmly believe, is that if he caught my eye, surely I caught his eye. And if that is the case, then he's going to be a gentleman and he's going to come over and say hello to the lady. But what I have to remember, and what my girlfriend said, Paula, was like, men have insecurities too. They don't want to be rejected. So they might be a little reluctant in coming over and saying hello. And I'm like, yeah. And I get that. I really, really do. But Paula, again, that's something else your girl has to work on, because I'm going to tell you, Ice Cube could be winking at me, which I know he's not, because he's a happily married man, but he's just someone who I think is wow, okay? I wouldn't go over and say hello to him. Because that's not my place. So maybe that is, and one of my girlfriends said to me, well, Sheila, maybe that's a sign of insecurity. And I'm like, I don't think it's insecurity. I think it's just that the way my mother raised me and the belief system that I adopted as my own is that I'm the prize, I'm the woman, and the man is supposed to do the approaching. Now, I know that that's not necessarily how it is today, but that might explain why my dates are few and far between too. So thank you, Paula. You are really helping your girl out over here. I love it. Okay, so then, someone says, manage your expectations. It's a date, okay? You're not planning your future together. You're not getting ready to merge your financial portfolios. It's a date. So therefore, because it's just a date, it's not an FBI interview. Ladies, and I hear my guy friends say this more than my sister friends, are like, women want to drill you on a first date like they the FBI agent. And from my understanding, that's a no-no. They're like, And so, it's, we have to figure out the balance. We ask questions because we want to be clear and we want to understand, but you're just dating, and so maybe not so much in the beginning, ladies. Those of us who do that, that's not my MO, but I know there's some of us out there that it is. And it goes for men too. Let's see, who else? Andrea. This is my cousin. What my cousin got to say. She says, take it slow. Date many and get to really know each other. If things seem to be going well, don't make assumptions. Allow him to let you know he wants to move forward by his words and his actions. Yes, I love that. Because you know what? I remember my mother would say to me growing up, she's like, honey, you never have to guess whether a man is interested in you or not, because he's going to let you know by what my cousin just said, in his actions and in his words. You will never have to guess. So ladies, don't be jumping the gun. Let him, let him make that move, okay? And go from there. So Denise, who's on here, she and I have been friends for several years now. And she said to me here recently, she said, Sheila, you have to allow a man to date you, okay? You can't control everything. I'm like, oh my God. Only your friends can call you out like that, okay? So that's another area that I'm working on, is because I have been single for so long, I try to control as much as I can, and that's just the truth, y'all. So your girl got some work to do, but that's the thing too, is that individually, we all have shit we need to work on, right? And so work on that stuff. So then when dating, there's an opportunity to date, you know what? You're ready. You're going to have fun. You're going to enjoy the process, and you're going to leave the bag at home, the extra bags at home, and take it slow. Nikki says, building a friendship first is also important. It is absolutely important. And I will tell you, one of my experiences is that men want to move way faster than what I want to move, okay? I am, and I'm just going to say this because this is the topic that we're talking about. I have never been that person who's motivated sexually, okay? Never. Because what I know about myself is that the first time I had sex, I got pregnant, okay? At 15 freaking years old. First of all, way too young to be having sex. I get that. I know that. Let me take a sip on that. Whew, because I can't even imagine what my mother must have felt like. So what I realized was that actually was a trauma for me. So from that point on, sex always equaled great. Y'all hear me? Great responsibility. It wasn't something you just did for the freaking fun of it. I'm like, I ain't having no more babies, okay? And so that really kind of helped to shape my thoughts and ideas about physical intimacy. And so as a result, I move really, really slow. And let me tell you, most men, they ain't ready for the pace that I move at, okay? And it doesn't mean that I'm not attracted to you. It doesn't mean that I don't think you fine. It don't mean that I don't think about knocking your boots too. But I ain't making them kind of moves until I'm pretty darn sure that I want to share myself with you in that way, okay? So you are absolutely right. Okay, so let me see. Paula, most common, women meet a man and want him to date only her after the first date. Jealousy is a struggle for some women and men. You are absolutely right. It's one date. What you think? He ain't been dating other women? What if it's a man? What you think? I've been just sitting around twiddling my thumbs waiting for you, partner? Not this gangster goddess. It don't work that way. And so let's be realistic about that, okay? You know, why would we expect that? That is absolutely talking about managing expectations. That ain't even a realistic expectation, right? So then I'm sure after that, oh, dude is gone. He's like, deuces. And she's left wondering what happened. Where'd he go? He's probably a no good so-and-so at that point, you know? But it's like, come on now. Let's get to know each other. What's going on, Danielle? What's going on, Cuddy? That's why I got two cousins on here now. So, Kelly, what's going on, sweetie? You sipping with me? I know that's right. You sipping too, Cuddy? What's going on, Gail? So, Gail, we are talking about, and I see a couple of my married sister friends on here, Kelly, but you guys can give us some, chime in. What was it like for you, when you were dating? So we're talking about dating over 50, what it's like, and some of the tips. People are giving their tips, their thoughts about it. And so another thing someone said to me was be open to new experiences. That is so true. For example, I am a huge Shakespeare in the Park kind of girl. I know, right? Most people would never think. But you know what? There are very few years when Shakespeare in the Park is here in my city that I'm not there, okay? And so for me, that means if I'm dating and it's around that time of Shakespeare in the Park, he may want to be ready to go, okay? Now, I'm going to make it a phenomenal experience. We're going to have our baskets with our fruit and our cheese and our goodies and our drinks, our cocktails. Cheers, y'all. I'm going to take another sip. So, he's going to have to be open to that experience, right? Because, really, how many black men want to go see Shakespeare in the Park? Probably not that many, right? But why not be open to new experiences? And again, that works for me. So I've been dating this guy. And so we use this hashtag, let's just, okay? I absolutely love it. And guess what? He moves as slow as I do, which is even better, okay? And so he's a cycler, in particularly in the summer. Now, this sister got all these hips. I don't know about getting on no bike, okay? I ain't rode a bike since I was a kid. But I've got to be open to new experiences. So guess what? If we're still dating when the weather breaks, guess what? This sister gonna be getting on a bike, cycling with his ass. I sure am, y'all, okay? And maybe I can get some of this trimmed off too in the meantime. Let's see. Yes, Paula, if you were single in this time, you would probably be lost. Absolutely. Because let me tell you, it has been about 8 years, 9 years that I've been single. And it just opened up a whole... I didn't know, y'all. I just didn't know. What's going on, Easy E? What's going on, Ann? Hey, Cindy, how are you? So we are talking about dating over 50, okay? And people are giving us tips and thoughts about what that experience is like. So another friend, this was a guy friend, said to me, listen to the things that they're not saying. Okay. You know that whole thing of, there's a facade on what we want people to know or what we want people to think about us. And so those things that people are not saying, we need to be listening to. That's all the more reason to take it slow, right? Take it slow. And let's see, Kelly. Kelly says, Kansas City was a difficult city to date in because it's so small and everyone knows everyone. By the grace of God, my husband was from Oklahoma and he didn't know anyone. I know that's right, Kelly. You go, girl. Kansas City is small. And so it does. Yeah, Kelly, you're right. It gets a little interesting. It just does. But that's all the more reason because Kansas City is so small that we need to be upfront and honest with everybody, okay? So I had this guy, this was a couple years ago, okay? So he's, married guy. No, he wasn't married at the time. He was dating at the time, but in a relationship, okay? And so he wanted to take me out. And I'm like, hold on. I said, I'll tell you what you do. I said, why don't we do this? Why don't I cook me, you, and her a fabulous dinner, okay? Y'all come over and we have this conversation, okay? And if she is okay with you and I going out on a date, you and I hanging out, then you know what? Let's do it. Because what's not going to happen is that I'm sneaking around. Who sneaks around at 50 years old? We are not doing that. And you know what? And I'm not some religious, holier than thou kind of person, but you ain't stamping no scarlet letter on my dang on chest because you're not being honest, okay? So I said to him, if she's down with that, guess what? Shit, I am too, because it's only fair that she and I both know who we're potentially swapping bodily fluids with, right? It ain't fair to do it any other way. But you know what? He was like, nah. That's all right. You pretty and all, but nah, I don't want to get her involved like that. I bet you don't, Negro. Wrong sister for that. So what's going on, Prof? Hey, Gail. Gail says, keep it fresh. If I were single, I would be too busy to even date, I believe. Now, Gail, that is one of my problems. But here's the deal. We have to make time for what's important to us. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be a 90-year-old spunky woman, but I want somebody to spend that time with, okay? I don't want to be sitting on the porch drinking spiked lemonade. Wait a minute. Let me have another sip. I don't want to be sitting on the porch drinking spiked lemonade by my damn self. Now, that ain't no fun. Can't be, okay? And so we have to, again, and I am busy. I mean, I get it, Gail. I'm single. I'm an empty nester. My kids are 34 and 29, okay? And so, and I'm always moving, constantly moving. But if I really want to date, I have to position myself and make time to do that, But on the flip side of that, I am totally comfortable in my singleness, okay? I don't feel awkward. I don't feel like I'm not the finest thing since fine wine. I don't think none of that, okay? It's just, it is what it is, and it's okay, but we have to, if dating is important to us, then we have to make the time, busy or not, okay? And so, but Gail, that's me. That is so me. Bridget, what's going on? Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Deneen. So we're talking about dating over 50. Cindy says, I haven't dated in about 5 years. So, Cindy, why do you think you haven't dated in 5 years? Have you not come across someone you were interested in? Or if you did, was it just a bunch of things that you weren't willing to put up with? So, talk to me, Cindy. So, let me tell you guys this about Cindy. Shout out to Cindy who supports local chefs and foodies like me and all, their endeavors and the stuff that we like to do. So the few years ago when I went to the World Food Championships, Cindy gifted a hotel room that me and another chef friend stayed in. And so thank you, Cindy. I know I've told you thank you before, but I want to say thank you again. Mwah, for making that experience possible. So Cindy, tell us about you not having a date in 5 years. Do we need to start like a 50, not one of them dating sites? Because y'all, I tried that, okay? Had friends who were like, because you're so busy, maybe you should try online dating. Okay, I did. So I joined Match.com, okay? So I put the profile up, and the next day, there were like 30-something hits or whatever you call it. I'm like, I ain't got time for that, to look through all of those and read through. By the end of the week, there were 125. I was like, oh no, that's too much. It was too overwhelming for me. So I'm like, yeah, no thank you. And so Prof is laughing at me. That's okay. Hey, Bridget. So Cindy, you're scared. Okay, Cindy, what are you scared of? Hey, Carl, what's going on? I know it can be scary because there's some scary folks out there, for real. And so, but it's fun. And Cindy, you're a beautiful woman and you're vibrant and you've got so much to offer. So as the kids would say, don't be scared. We just got to kind of weed through and, find and that's the beauty of dating, is that you go through that process of, that's not, I don't even want to date him. That's not even somebody that, I want to even spend my time with. And so we go through that. And so that's what the beauty of dating is. So, Carl, what's your thoughts about dating over 50? I'm not sure if you're over 50 or not, but that's what we're talking about. I'm going to take another sip. I'm going to have to go pour me another fresh of my cocktail up, y'all. What y'all doing tonight? So, this episode, the first part of this episode, you will get the instructions on how to make this basil infused lemon drop martini, y'all. It is absolutely fire. Okay, so Bridget Anderson, tell us about dating over 50. Give us your thoughts, girlfriend. Now, this is someone I know pretty well. Somebody was saying, okay, so my cousin, who we call Cuddy, she calls all of her cousins Cuddy, no matter which one it is. She's always like, hey, Cuddy. And so she says, these men these days don't want to date you. They want to hit it, period. Really? Okay, so that's been her experience. And so, it's like, why have we come to that? What is that about? And that's kind of my thing too, was, men seem to be wanting to get to the physical intimacy part way sooner than this sister is ever ready for that, okay? I'm proud of my cookies, so, I kind of keep my cookies to myself. Now, I ain't saying I'm a saint, okay? I'm not saying that. I've had my fair share, but, I try to be pretty protective on who I share my cookies with, y'all. So, Bridget is basically saying she don't know. I see the emoji like, okay. So, Margot, how are you? What's going on? Ramona Kozark, Linda, Delonda. So, we're talking about dating over 50. Okay, and so I had several people give me some of their tips and insights on what they do, or their thoughts on dating over 50. Okay, so another one says, going back for the people who wasn't on here earlier, and I absolutely love this one. First of all, the definition of dating to me. So to me, dating is when two people who are attracted to each other spend time together. It's just that simple. I ain't trying to take him home to my kids and my grandkids. I ain't You know, we like each other, so we're spending time with each other. It's when a man or a woman goes out with each other, or they go out individually, or they date many different people. And that's okay. Now, I know we live in a patriarchal society, and they kind of frown upon women who date multiple men. Okay? But why? Men do it all the time. So why come I can't date without being looked down upon, or like, oh my God, I saw her last week at Jack Stack with such and such. Now I see her this week with a whole different guy. You're right. Because we're just dating. And it's okay. Okay? So, you go out, they're trying to figure out if they're compatible. And let's be clear, dating is not a commitment. Dating is simply going out, trying to figure out what you like. If you have anything in common, having those conversations. It's not a commitment, and it's definitely not exclusivity. Okay? All right. That's what it means to me. So I think one of the things we might want to do is, when we start to date, or we're thinking about dating someone, is just say, you know what? What does dating mean to you? It's just that simple. Let's define it. Okay. So Linda says, men are so broken and jaded from life, so set in who they are, it feels impossible to find the kind of man I want. At this point in my life, I'm stubborn enough to not settle. Gonna die alone. Linda, girl, I don't want you dying alone. That is not what we're supposed to be doing, okay? Now, again, I'm not some holier than thou kind of person, but I truly believe that as humans, we were created for each other, and that companionship means something, and it's vital. It's important, okay? So, and you're right, men are jaded, but you know what? Men would say we're jaded too. And so, how do we get past that? How do we begin to have those conversations to peel all of that back? Because the reality is that at 50, we have seen and endured some stuff, okay? And we have insecurities. We just do. But here's something that, and I get it, Linda. I'm picky too, because I think I am all of that. Matter of fact, I know that I am all of that. My mother was always adamant about, look at here. She said, know and understand the value that you bring to any man's table. And when you know that, you don't settle. You do not settling. And none of us, whether you're male or female, should never have to settle. Know your worth. And when you know your worth, a lot of the things that go on in some of these dating type of situations wouldn't even happen, okay? And so I'm all with you, girl. But, Linda, let's open our heart to dating, okay? I'm kind of there too, because I'm like, you know what? I'm busy. I'm building a brand. I ain't got time for this shit. For real. Okay, but I don't want to grow by myself. I want to travel the world with a male companion, with someone that I can laugh with, that can tickle my feet, that can rub my back, that I can, let me take another sip, that I can throw him back with. That we can talk about politics. We can talk about whatever. And yes, we can have the bomb ass intimacy as well. Okay? So, I hear you, Linda. You are a girl after my own heart. So Jay Donato says, keep them cookies in the cookie jar. And so you're right. He says, I feel like it's too much going on to rush into sex. Learn each other, and then if it happens, it does. My opinion only is not a priority to me at this point in my life. Rather have trust, and everything else will fall into place. I know that's right, Soldier Boy. Keep your cookies in the cookie jar, okay? I'm all for it. And here's the deal. This is what is amazing to me. Yes, Carmelita, everyone wants to love and to be loved. I think we were created to do that, okay? And so, yes. And so, Jay Donato, yes, I'm all about keeping my cookies to myself. And here's the deal. It's like, why are we so in a hurry to get there? We haven't even taken the time. When we get there, I ain't spent enough time with you in good conversation, good, clear, and concise and honest conversation to even know how to please you. So why are we doing that? And we don't even know each other like that. Okay? That makes absolutely no sense. I want, and what I'm not gonna be giving my cookies until I have exactly this. So that when the physical intimacy time comes, when I tell you it's going to be explosive, it's going to explode, okay? But he's going to know that about me, and I'm going to know that about him. I'm going to know what turns him on. Not what turned my last guy on, because it don't work for everybody. So I told you I've been dating this guy. And so we use this hashtag, let's just. And I absolutely love it. So let's just means let's just. We're not putting no labels on it. We're not rushing into anything. We enjoy spending time together. And we are also exploring. We're exploring each other. Okay, so I'm just going to say this. So he is, and he's probably going to be like, I don't believe you said that to people in public. Y'all don't know who he is. But anyway, he's more of a breast man, okay? Well, guess what? My breasts ain't all, that's not what really do it for me. So if he's going by what he likes and what the last girl liked, guess what? He ain't gonna get this kitty to purr, because that ain't what does it for me. So it's important that he takes the time to understand what does do it for me. That comes in time. That comes through conversations, y'all. That don't just happen after 1 date, 2 dates. It don't happen like that. So we have to take the time to get to know people. If that's what we want. If that now, I'm just going to say some people, they just want to hit it and quit it. And that's what they want. And if you got 2 consenting adults and it's clear that this is what this is about, then hey, go for it. To each his own. Okay? But if you're looking for something, that is going to add value and be more meaningful, then let's take the time to get to know each other. No need to rush, because guess what? He ain't going nowhere. And I'm telling y'all, when this man asked me what my love language was, I was like, skirt. That Scooby-Doo look like, skirt. First of all, I ain't never had a man, first of all, who even knows what love languages mean. And then I didn't ask him. He asked me. I was like, what? Huh? All right. I see you. Okay. So then we had a conversation about what my love language is and what his love language is. And so then what that means from that is that we have to deliberately be conscious about it and be intentional about speaking to each other in each other's love language. Getting to know each other. Ever before sex is involved, okay? Because again, I'm keeping my cookies to myself. Okay, so yes, Carmelita, intimacy in a fulfilling relationship is not just about sex. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God, yes. And let me tell you, I was telling a sister friend last week that this guy that I've been dating is probably now about 3 or 4 months. And she said, you guys... So the conversation comes around and I say, no, we have not had sex. And she's like, y'all haven't? She's like, does it work? And I'm like, I thought I would die laughing. Yeah, it works. Oh, I'm sure it works. Now, I didn't say we haven't had intimate moments. We just have not had sexual intercourse, okay? Because we choose not to have sexual intercourse, okay? Because I want to know more about him, and guess what? He want to know more about me. And how about that? A man who ain't ready just to jump into it, okay? So that is, So Jay Donato says cooking is what does it for him. That is hilarious. All right, Jay. So Delonda says, I'm not 50 yet, but I only date men who are over 50. Dating is a good time to get to know each other. Know that there is a meeting of the mind and compatibility, yes. But that doesn't mean that we've learned to heal ourselves before we try to put our pain on the other. Oh my God, healing is so important. It really, really, really is. And we have to take the time to peel that stuff back, okay? I was in with the guy for 17 years, a wonderful human being. And those people who know me well know that I will always love this man, okay? And so I remember shortly after he moved back to his home country, I called him and I said, you know what? I owe you an apology. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, I didn't allow you to be the man of your castle. What man don't want to be the man of his castle? That was a part of my healing. Not his healing, but my healing. Okay? And so I had to recognize my stuff, because something my mother always said too is that you can't control nobody else but you. Okay? And so in that process, I'm learning about me. And I'm looking at things that I did, and I'm like, Sheila, this is a wonderful man. How could you be so controlling that you didn't allow him to be the man of his castle? Okay, who does that? Well, let me tell you, your girl did that, okay? And so, Delonda, you are absolutely right. Healing is totally a necessity. We have to heal. We have to take the time to recognize our own shit, okay? Because again, we can't do nothing about nobody else's shit. Only ours, okay? So, Bridget, oh yeah, that part, male companion. I get you, girl. Yes. Okay. Let's see who else is saying something. Steve Moore, what's going on, Steve? Dating over 50, what you got to say, partner? Shauna, what you got, honey? Amy, I know some of you all may not be over 50, or 50 and over, but we're just talking about dating. What's that's like? It gets a little more interesting. The older we get, it does. And I'll just tell you, I never, ever, ever in a million years imagine that at this stage in my life, I'll be celebrating my 52nd birthday in July, that I will be single. Go figure. But you know what? This girl kicks it, okay? I don't let that stop me, okay? So, okay, Linda, gotta run. Okay, thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Actually, we've been on here 40 minutes, y'all. And so I know my editor is going to be like, Sheila, 40 minutes of footage? Really? Really? So anyway, y'all, I am going to actually kind of wrap it up, close it up. And I want to thank you all so much for taking the time. 50. Linda, you go, girl. I would have never thought. 57? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Linda. It's your birthday. Shake your booty. Good night, Linda. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to share your thoughts, on dating and dating over 50 and all of that. I really, really, really appreciate your input. And y'all be sure to tune in. You'll get that recipe for the Basil Infused Lemon Drop Martini, y'all. Peace out. Cheers.